What is up everyone, Miranda here for Student Aesthetics, and today I'm going to talk about something very interesting, and that is something every person that's into fitness probably wants, and that is a big pair of guns. Whether you are male or female, a pair of guns stands for, you know, being a strong person, and it is the body part that is probably most visible wherever you are, so who doesn't want it? Now the question is how to accomplish it, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, because I know that a lot of people are struggling with it, so I've been getting a lot of requests for this video. I actually already sent out a mailing to my mailing list about how to build big arms, so if you are subscribed you would have already read that, but I know a lot of people are not subscribed yet, so that's why I'm shooting this video next to it. So if you are one of those persons that is not subscribed yet, then make sure to do so. I'll put a link in my description box down below. I send out free articles about fitness and nutrition and everything, and it's completely free, so no reason not to subscribe. Now with that said, let's get into this video and let me help you build some serious guns. So first things first, if you're after building some serious arms, you've already read a bunch of articles, a bunch of magazines that promise you the arms of your dreams that actually freaking rhyme. Now the first thing I want you to do is to forget everything you've read, alright? The articles you've read are probably written by pro bodybuilders and fitness gurus, and that is something we do not want because we are average Joes. Or at least you probably are if you are watching my video. You are probably natural and you are probably not on that of an advanced level yet, so it doesn't make sense to follow routines of people that are way more advanced and that talk about certain secrets. Honestly, there are not really any secrets, and that is why I'm shooting this video, because it's actually all quite simple, and the great news about that is that it's going to work for everybody, and that is what my approach is all about. If you guys have been following me for a bit longer, you know that I'm all about science and combining that with my own experience, my client experience as well, and obviously the thousands of followers that I have helped get in shape and that are getting great results from my free programs as well. So it basically comes down to sticking to the basics, and when it comes to arm training there are a few fundamentals I want you guys to learn about, so that is what I'm going to discuss. So let's get right into it. The first one is to apply high frequency training. I can honestly tell you guys that this is the most important key factor when it comes to building up your arms, or any body part for that matter, and I've experienced this in the past. Plenty of you guys have probably done arm days, or maybe still doing arm days, and that is what I've always done when I started lifting, because that is what the magazines tell you, that is what the fitness gurus tell you, and they are huge as hell, so they must know what they are doing, right? Wrong. They don't always know what they are doing, and another factor comes into play, and that is steroids. If you are natural, it is very important that you train differently than people on steroids, actually smarter, and that is where science comes into play, because protein synthesis, which is basically rebuilding of muscle tissue, making it bigger, stronger than before, so basically increasing muscle size, is only elevated for 24 up to 48 hours after a workout if you are natural, alright? So what that means is after 48 hours, the muscle doesn't grow anymore, so you need to stimulate it again and again, right? If you are on steroids, the protein synthesis will be elevated throughout the whole week, alright? So there will not be any spikes of only 2 days, but it will stay high for the whole week, which means your body will, you know, keep building those muscles for the whole week, and it's fine to hit that body part once a week, completely destroy it. I know it feels great, but it's not the optimal way of training as a natural. So what you want to do is you want to try to hit every body part 2 times a week or even 3 times a week. And a very important thing there, what a lot of people forget, is that you want to lower the volume per workout, because the total weekly volume will be higher, right? Because you hit the body parts more often in a week, so that will stack up over the week. And for me personally, back in the day, I used to do 16 sets for arms on a separate arm day. It was always on Friday, I believe. It was kind of like the best day of the week. You know, school was done, we were pumping up arms, afterwards clubbing, it all sounded amazing. But in reality, my arms were only pumped up for 1 hour after workout, and like the next week they look exactly the same. So once I started going on upper lower split, in which I reduced the volume a lot, I actually went down from like 16 sets to 6 sets per week, but those 6 sets were heavy sets in which I progressed. I started making a lot more gains, and that is due to the increased protein synthesis that I was talking about. Now rule number 2 is that you have to specialize. If your arms are seriously lagging, you do want to include some more volume into your workouts. This doesn't mean that you want to have the separate arm days that I was talking about, but it does mean that you may want to throw in an extra set here and there. You can do that through drop sets, super sets, to save time, but you don't have to. You can also simply add straight sets into your workout. What I do recommend is having a couple sets here and there where you do a lot of reps, for example 15 to 20 reps on the last set of a particular exercise, and this isn't to shock the muscles, but it's actually kind of like to switch things up and to hit all kinds of muscle fibers in a different way, right? So that you make sure that you stimulate your muscles to the fullest. So what I do recommend is increasing your volume by 1.5 times, so not anything more. You don't want to like double your volume per week, because that's going to be overkill, and that will probably not even make your arms bigger, but it may actually harm your recovery, which will not make them grow. So that's an issue with a lot of people when it comes to fitness and bodybuilding, a lot of people think that more is better, and that is absolutely not always the case. Especially if you're natural, more is definitely not better, and in a lot of cases, less is better, right? Just like the sets that I was talking about, once I reduced my sets, I could lift heavier, and therefore I started making more progress. Then the third rule is form over weight. Something a lot of people don't want to accept. You got to realize that those isolation lifts should be treated like an isolation lift, because on an isolation lift, you want to do exactly that. You want to isolate a specific body part. Now, when you use sloppy form, for example, on a barbell curl, instead of your biceps, your back and all kinds of other muscles will be activated as well, and therefore less stress will actually be put onto your biceps, which is the muscle you're trying to train, right? So put your ego to the side, people, and really focus on a specific body part you're trying to work. And then the fourth rule, which is a very, very important one, is track your workouts. And the reason you want to track your workouts is because you want to apply progressive overload to your training, which basically means that you want to increase the stress that's put onto your muscles over time. And that doesn't necessarily have to be done with adding weights every single workout. When it comes to arm training, you're not able to increase that much, like I've already said. If you increase like 1 rep per workout, you're already doing a great job because you are improving. And that is the way to grow as a natural. Back in those days where I did the whole arm day, I never focused on progression. I only focused on pumping up my muscles, make them look very big, you know, blown up. And what you basically do is pump a lot of blood and oxygen into the muscle, which makes them blow up, but like the next day they didn't grow at all. It is really a temporary result. Now, what's very important with the progressive overload is that it goes hand in hand with rule number 3, because if you use sloppy form, you're not able to properly track your workouts and progress, because one day you may swing slightly more with your back, and in that case your biceps may actually have put less stress onto them than the last workout, right? So you want to use perfect form in order to properly track your workouts, and that is a very, very major key. So that's what you want to do. So simply use a notebook to write it down, or use an app on your phone and try to increase every single workout. It will be baby steps, but you got to realize that you hit your arms 2 or even 3 times a week, so you are able to progress every single workout. So over time it will stack up, and I promise you that your arms will grow eventually. Fitness is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Always keep that in mind, people. And with that said, we got the 4 rules down, and these are the basic principles of building big arms, and this is what has helped me in the past. This is what I found that works really great for my clients, as well as a lot of people that have tried out my free upper, lower, and legs push routine. So this is what I honestly believe in, and I know this works great for people that are natural. And like I said, these are not secrets, but still I see a lot of people doing it wrong. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. With that said, I want to end the video, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like the video down below. Make sure to comment down below, subscribe to the channel for more, because more content is coming soon. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Catch you in the next one.